Hey guys, welcome back to the Coach Beast Mode channel with another training episode. Today we're gonna go over a push-pull day. Super excited and really looking forward to kind of showing you this. I actually have been off from the gym maybe 5 or 6 days. A lot of times people, when I talk to them, let me turn this, I'm actually cooking some eggs right now. But if you have some time off from the gym, look at it as a recovery period. Don't think about like, hey, you didn't make it to the gym and you're gonna throw your whole training session or your whole fitness program out the window. That's too much black and white. So there's a little bit of gray area. And I always say when I'm off, my body is recovering and then I'm gonna go hit it hard the days when I go. So today we're gonna do a push-pull. That means I'm going to be working on my chest, which is a strength of mine, and then a pull day, which is going to be training my back, which is a little bit of weakness of mine. So high priority, if you know how to prioritize what's more important than the other, you're going to work on the weakness first. So I'm going to go a little bit heavier on my back, and then a little bit lighter on my chest. But primary will be working on my back, and then secondary on my chest. And anytime you have like a back day that you're compounding, you're always going to get a residual pump on your biceps. So I will also throw in some tricep workouts. So it's pretty much like a whole upper body workout that I'm going to be showing you today. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. And today, I'll show you what I'm going to be eating before I go to the gym. 2 eggs, a little bit of rice.
When the sun rises, I wake up and chase my dreams. I won't regret when the sun sets, 'cause I live my life like I'm a beast.
Look at this cool lighting I found out here on my balcony. But anyway, what I want to talk about is order of priority. Sometimes when people go to the gym, they're like, I don't want to go to the gym because I don't have the nice clothes, I don't have the Jordans, I don't have the fresh clothes. That stuff doesn't matter. The things that really matter is your consistency going to the gym. If you set a goal of going to the training 4 times a week and you meet that goal consistently for years and years, you're gonna be better than somebody that's gonna say, hey, I need abs for 3 months, right? So set your goals a little bit bigger and don't worry about like the stupid things, the materialistic things that other people are caring about, like shoes, the best supplements, that's going on social media. It's like, you have to have all these things to be able to work out and train and build a good physique. Absolutely not. The key is to consistently do it for a long term. Alright guys, so a little bit of my philosophy and thoughts on warm-ups. With bodybuilding and hypertrophy, you really don't need to spend that much time. Training is really not as intense as it is with powerlifting and crossfitting. So if I'm ever crossfitting, powerlifting, even weightlifting, I spend a lot more time warming up. With bodybuilding, it's not as intense, so I use the working weights or the exercise to be my warm-up. Alright guys, wait for it. There it is, the beat's dropping, boom! Alright guys, along with just regular warming up, you gotta have a routine before you go to the gym. I, throughout my day, think about what type of programming and what I'm gonna do at the gym, so I already have it visualized, already planned what I'm going to do at the gym. So most recently, about like 10-15 minutes before I head to the gym while I'm in a car, I listen to bodybuilding motivation. So it kind of gets me already in the mindset to train like a bodybuilder. You guys might think this is weird, but really with bodybuilding, it's a lot of mental before anything. Okay, so for the push-pull day, each of the exercises that you see in sequence, they are a superset. That means you will alternate each one. I alternated bench with T-bar row, then went back to bench and T-bar row. And then there's going to be a priority of which one will be heavier than the other one. Guys, so you saw me doing the T-bar rows. I actually tweaked my back a little bit. So I don't want to really go too heavy today on my pull. So I'm going to change the order of priority from bench over the pull day. So it's going to be more of a push day over a pull day. And that's just a little self-awareness. If you're feeling like you tweak something, go a little bit heavier. Don't push it because you already have something in mind. That's the careful planning of not being too black and white. Having that gray area where you have a little bit of flexibility. I'm going to do 3 to 4 sets, hypertrophy focus, after doing 3 to 4 sets of 10 of heavy reps. This one is going to be a little bit lighter. So it's never a good chest day unless you have dumbbell bench on your programming. This is one of the best overall development for chest. Tried and true. Don't leave this out of your programming. And another tried and true back exercise is the dumbbell row. Tight squeeze gives you a residual bicep pump. Look at this, it's hitting 2 different muscles. So good. Alright guys, if you see a lot of my programming, it has a lot of gymnastic work that I take from CrossFit. The reason why I have gymnastic work in my programming is because the weight to strength ratio. When you're doing body weight exercises, you have to be at a pretty optimal weight. That's why I always include body weight exercises in my programming. So basically, it's kind of like a strength to muscle ratio check for me. If I can't do a specific amount of pull-ups, I'm getting way too heavy, I'm getting too fat, and I'm not getting strong enough. So I always set a rule of at least 10 or at least 15 strict pull-ups. This exercise right here is the truth. If you guys haven't jumped on and used it, man, it gives you a sick lower chest pump and your triceps. Sick pump. Alright, as you can see from my training session, I keep the tempo pretty high. And I do a lot of volume. That means I do a lot of reps. I do a lot of exercises. It's a lot of different from a beginner program versus an intermediate program. But you could always start off by copying the exercises and the rep schemes. And the pec deck here is great for overall chest development, lower outside chest development. A really good squeeze will go a long way. You don't have to use a lot of weights near the end of your workout because you're pretty much taxed. I'm using a lot of lightweight, and that's the key, is using lightweight and making sure it feels heavy. Alright, and this exercise with the rope, I've used this for a long time and it's developed my lower lats pretty good. If anybody that wants to look different, lats are the way to build a really good physique. If somebody sees a good somebody with good lats, you know that they're a good bodybuilder. Alright guys, so and with a little self-awareness in bodybuilding, my biceps are taxed. They're fatigued. I didn't do more biceps because I already hit them, so I was gonna hit my triceps just to make sure that I get some really good work in. And this was a game day decision that I did, and this is something that you guys could start learning. Like, you don't have to stick to the game plan. You could change it if you want to. Alright guys, take a look. I train traps once every training session. Why do I do that? Because it's a weakness of mine and use the priority principle. And the thing is, I don't spend that much time on it because it's a small muscle. I'm working on the bigger muscles like my chest, my back, my legs. Those are where I'm spending most of my time. I see way too many people spend too much time on the triceps and biceps and their calves, where instead you actually need to focus on the bigger muscles. Bigger muscles will come, or the smaller muscles will come when you start focusing on the bigger muscles. Alright guys, so one of my favorite new techniques that I've been implementing in my training program is adding a finisher, a destroyer. This is one that's just gonna break you off, leaving the gym just straight up pumped and just straight up hurting. This I felt like 2 days after my training session, and this is where you want to do that, like tight controlled squeeze, but just blast it. Okay, so my thoughts on abs. I actually don't do that much abs. I probably do like every other training session. Reason why is because if you focus on the big groups, you're always gonna have abs. If you squat, if you deadlift, you're gonna have abs. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Push Pull Back Day. As you can see, just altering the workout. My back was tweaked a little bit, so I switched it over to more of a push day versus a heavy pull day. And that's using a little self-awareness with your training program. With bodybuilding, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You gotta win the war, not the small battles. That's why I switched it up. Even from biceps, I went over to triceps. So just a little self-awareness with like training sessions. Don't be too black and white with your training sessions. Have a little flexibility in it. If you miss a few days of training, just go back, get back on a horse, and then have the end goal in sight. Because training or bodybuilding takes years of training to put on quality muscle. It's not just one workout, one training session is not gonna throw you off. So just have a little self-awareness. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to do a physique check. Do a little posing practice. This is what I've been doing to kind of, since I haven't been doing much cardio, I've been practicing my posing, because this is a big part of bodybuilding as well. Alright guys, it might seem like a foreign concept, but posing and flexing is actually very beneficial to bodybuilding. Helps you control the muscle, helps you create that mind-muscle-body connection, helps deepen your striation, deepens your lines, and keeps you from shaking. And this is the way that you could actually tailor your own physique to however you want. I was inspired by the golden era of bodybuilding, and you can see I've been practicing my vacuum, trying to make the illusion of my waist being really tight as possible. And this is all, just in my own vision of what I wanted. You could go compete in a bodybuilding competition, but, the judges have their criteria. You could have your own criteria if you want. It's bodybuilding. There are no rules. Alright guys, I hope you guys found this video informational and helpful. That's what I try to do, is give as much value to you guys. And remember guys, stay motivated, stay hungry, and live like a beast.